off at Back Bay. There's a breakfast place near here. Had an early breakfast, a mouthful of fumes. Well, it's another beautiful day, but chilly. We're at the Berkeley Street overpass in Back Bay, Boston. I'm going to try to do a little rail fanning of Orange Line and MBTA and Amtrak trains. Oh, here comes 582 from Worcester to South Station. About to pass underneath us. Look, another fine day here. There's 806 from Wickford Junction. Oh, here comes 507 bound for Worcester. Here comes 705 bound for Franklin. Yeah, I'm standing out here on this bridge on Berkeley Street. It's 43 degrees outside. I'm just waiting for the Friendly Toast place to open so I can have some breakfast and a hot cup of coffee. But so far it's been the unfriendly toast, as it doesn't open until 8 o'clock. From Needham Heights, and the train on the left is from Worcester. The tracks on the extreme left of the old Boston and Albany. Well, he just arrived in from Providence, train 806. Well, after a hearty breakfast at the Friendly Toast with a rather unfriendly price tag, the Belgian waffle was great though, at Back Bay Station. I think the biggest problem I have when I rail fan in Boston is that there's just so many places I want to go to in a limited amount of time that it's just hard to be in two places at once. but I was tipped off that the 1129, that specially painted GP40MC, might be spending much of the day in Readville. So I plan on hanging out there later today. 902, that's train 869 arriving, bound for Stoughton. Seen a lot of these things, but happily a lot of EMDs too. We have a roar to a start in this Back Bay Tunnel. Here comes train 2159, the Acela Express bound for DC, arriving Back Bay. Like they're stopping on the platform now instead of having the locomotive in the tunnel. Then we got a train from Franklin arriving on track 3. I'll be riding home on one of these later today. Arriving at 9:18, this is Acela 2190. This leaves New York at the highly civilized hour of 5:27 a.m. It takes almost 4 hours to make the run to Boston. That's more like a Northeast regional type schedule, but he is a little bit early. Got to get up awfully early to catch this if you want to have a nice long day in Boston and get back the same day. 9:24, 812 from Providence arrived on 3. This is train 93 starting his long journey to Norfolk, Virginia. Well, this guy has a long train, 9 cars, I guess. They still park in the tunnel. He's loaded his passengers. Go through the Back Bay Tunnel. Once he straightens out, he'll take off up to triple-digit speeds. Well, 9:32, here comes train 809, heading off on his long journey down to Wickford Junction, Rhode Island. I've run out of adjectives to describe these locomotives, but I'm sure I'll think of some new ones. Park. Do sound pretty awesome starting up in this tunnel. One of the things about Back Bay Station I see they corrected recently. They used to have signs that said inbound to Boston. I mean, where the hell is this place located? In Pittsfield, Springfield? As far as I know, it's in Boston. Well, now they've corrected it. Now it says inbound to South Station. Now we're back at South Station, get a little rail fanning in. 10:17, departing is train 923 for Readville, going down the Fairmount line. Heard that K5LA horn. They definitely have a huge advantage over the Silverliner 4s in that department. Sun hasn't shined over this end of the station yet, but this is getting ready to depart at 10:20, train number 85 to Richmond Main Street. It'll take him almost 12 hours for him to get there. 4 crews, One to New Haven, one to New York, one to Washington, and one to Richmond. There he goes. At 10:20, schedule arrival in Richmond Main Street Station, 9:52 p.m. It's about a 600-mile ride. All right, 10:25. This is train 812 for Providence. Glistening in the sunlight. Not only looks great, it sounds great with that K5LA. Never a dull moment here. Here comes 66 from Roanoke, Virginia to here via a very long stop in New York City. he is, the #1 conductor out of Boston. What is your name, Maurice?
Oh, they call me Mo Burke.
Mo Burke. Ah.
Yeah.
So how long you been with the railroad?
47, coming on 48.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah.
Any retirement date planned or not?
Yeah, when I get tired.
When you get tired, you don't look tired yet.
No.
No. So you, so what's your run that you do every day?
I do 2163, 1105 departure, New York arrival 245, come back on 2170, that leaves New York at 603.
And you're back here around
9:45.
Okay, so how fast do you guys go on the trip down to New York?
Oh, we got a couple of places where we do 150, and the rest is track speed. Then when we get on Metro North, it's slower, but it is what it is.
I mean, what's the record that an engineer took in a cellar from here to New York that you know of?
Well, that was quite a while ago, probably when we first got him. It was either Freddie Higgins or Bobby O'Brien. They're both retired now.
Were they doing 3 hours or?
Maybe.
No.
You know, you can't cheat anymore.
Oh,
this
well.
is not a Casey Jones Railroad anymore.
No, especially Metro North. Casey Jones, more like Casey the Tortoise, right?
Exactly.
All right, Mo, thanks a lot.
Look at it.
There goes Amtrak 2163, departing 11:05 for DC. The great conductor. Have a safe trip, buddy. Well, time is 11:50 a.m. I took a little ride down from South Station to this famous Railfan hotspot in the Boston area, Readville. Got a whole bunch of lines here. Got the line of Forge Park, Franklin, Foxborough, Amtrak's Northeast Corridor, and the Fairmount line comes down. Gonna spend 3 hours here, should see plenty. Somebody said the 1129 was here, but I don't see it. Last time I was here was January and a rather gloomy day. Here comes 173, Boston, Washington. At 11:55, huge train, 11 cars. At high noon, arriving upstairs is 714 from Forge Park to Boston. There's like 3 separate stations here. One for the Franklin-Foxborough trains, the Northeast Corridor, and the Readville-Fairmount line trains. Yeah, 714 pulls out.
Train approaching. Please remain behind
warning
yellow line.
lets us know that train 190 from Philadelphia to Boston is coming. He's running a little late today.
Train approaching. Please remain behind yellow line. Train approaching. Please remain behind yellow line. Train approaching. Please remain behind yellow line. Train approaching.
Yeah, he's going down a slide to Reed interlocking, where he'll get on the main line. Here comes 190.
Train approaching. Please remain behind yellow line.
Approaching at 12:16 is train 818 from Stoughton to Boston. You won't be stopping here. 12:22, approaching is train 873, Boston to Stoughton, LED delights.
Train approaching. Please remain behind yellow line. Train approaching. Please remain behind yellow line.
Time is 12:49 p.m. And that's train 749 headed for Foxborough. Oh, 1 o'clock. Here's 9:32 heading back to town on the Fairmount line. Back at 3 o'clock down the Fairmount line. Excuse me, approaching at 1:10 is train 820 from Wigford Junction to Boston. Lost my Red Sox hat on that one, but fortunately I see it over there on the side. This is 748 from Foxborough to Boston. Got 2167 due pretty soon from Boston to DC. He may be holding at Reed for him. He comes 2167, Boston, Washington. Should see several Amtrak trains before I go. There was a problem on the shoreline. There was a problem with the Mystic River drawbridge. In Mystic, that tied up traffic quite a bit. That was 175, Boston to Stoughton at 125. Well, here comes a late running 2152, Washington to Boston.
Train approaching. Please remain behind yellow line.
It's over an hour late, delayed because of the problem with the Mystic River drawbridge. 135, here comes 817 bound for Providence. The best of both worlds. Great engine, great K5LA. 140 approaching is 874 from Stoughton to Boston. The F40s, but I've been told by a number of employees around here that, you know, they look good, but they just don't pull very well compared to the HSP.
Please remain behind yellow line.
Well, here's 2154, Washington, Boston. He's closer to schedule.
Train approaching. Please remain behind yellow line.
For a treat now. What's on the back of this equipment? He's backing up. He just picked up an F40. think they're going to move this 1116 around. It's great to listen to these engines without the headlines. 235 approaching is train 877 en route from Stoughton to Boston.
Remain behind yellow line. Train approaching. Please remain
Approaching at 237 is MBTA train 819 from Boston to Wickford Junction, Rhode Island. LED lights. Track layout here at Readville. The connector from the Franklin line is track 5, then you have track 3, then 1 and 2 on the Northeast Corridor, and track 4, the Fairmount line. Hill at 248, here comes train 750 from Foxborough to Boston. We just got off at Route 128. That was train 881 heading for Stoughton. I'm gonna go back to my hotel and pick up my bag and come back and take my Acela Express 2193 home. Do a little Railfanning first. And approaching at 432 is Amtrak Acela Express 2173 en route from Boston to Philadelphia.
Train approaching. Please remain behind the yellow line. Train approaching. Please remain behind the yellow line. Train approaching. Please remain behind the yellow line.
Providing that 881 is out of the way, you should be going along at triple-digit speeds, high triple-digit speeds very soon. All right, approaching fast at 5:10 is MBTA train 827, Boston to Wickford Junction. He goes non-stop from Ruggles to Sharon. That's a couple of stations south of us, so he'll be flying through here. Many trains don't stop here. All right, time is 5:12 and approaching now, coming into station stop, is train 86 en route from Richmond Main Street to Boston. It's about to finish up his 600-mile plus jaunt from Virginia. He's running about 40 minutes behind schedule. Yeah, that co-engineer there, riding shotgun there. I saw him in January at Readville. He was riding with the Acela 2 test train. He remembered me. I remembered him too. He was nice enough to throw me a couple of bottles. About 5:22, this is train 883 to Stoughton. Listen to this guy rev up out of town. My train will be here in about 20 minutes. Well, time is 5:38. Here comes my train, Acela Express 2193, back to New York. Hopefully have a good ride, get into New Penn Station around 9 o'clock. It's been a great 3 days up here in the Boston area. Great town, great action, great color, great weather.
Train approaching. Please remain behind the